Ancient Rome, a civilization renowned for its engineering marvels, formidable armies, and extensive empire, also harbored a more enigmatic side within its bustling streets and sprawling provinces: the mystery cults. These religious groups, distinguished by their secretive rituals and exclusive memberships, offered spiritual pathways that diverged from traditional Roman religion. The mystery cults in Rome were not originally Roman. They were imported often from the East, including places like Egypt and Persia. These cults stood apart from the state religion, which was a public and communal practice focused on the worship of a pantheon of gods like Jupiter, Mars, and Venus. In contrast, the mystery cults were personal, esoteric, and promised individual salvation and a personal connection with the divine. The cult of Isis. Originating from Egypt, this cult worshipped Isis, the goddess of healing and magic. The followers of Isis partook in elaborate rituals and processions, often involving symbolic death and rebirth themes, signifying personal transformation. The cult of Mithras. Mithraism, possibly of Persian origin, was particularly popular among Roman soldiers. This male-only cult was centered around the god Mithras, who was associated with the sun and was believed to grant strength and victory in battles. The cult's rituals were highly secretive, often taking place in underground temples called Mithraea, the Eleusinian Mysteries. Originating from Greece, these mysteries were centered around the myth of Demeter and Persephone. The rituals, which promised a better afterlife for initiates, were some of the most famous and sacred, with ceremonies shrouded in secrecy. The Bacchanalia. Dedicated to Bacchus, the god of wine and ecstasy, the Bacchanalia were infamous for their frenzied and ecstatic rituals. Although initially harmless, the Roman Senate saw them as a threat due to their potential to subvert social norms and political order. Cult of Despoina, an Arcadian cult worshipping a goddess who was believed to be the daughter of Poseidon and Demeter. Cult of Attis, a Greek cult that was not followed in Rome until its early days as an empire. It followed the story of Attis, a godlike figure who was eventually killed by a boar sent by Zeus. Cults of Cybele. A number of cults following Cybele, or Magna Mater, were present in Greece, Anatolia, and Rome. This cult followed Cybele, which was an Anatolian mother goddess. However, after it became present in Rome, the Romans reinvented Cybele as a Trojan goddess. In Rome, the cults of Cybele were often restricted and gained few members because of strictures against castration, which was considered a ritual necessary for initiation. This was later replaced with animal sacrifice, but numbers were still limited. Jupiter Dolichonus, Roman reimagining of a foreign oriental deity comparable to the head Olympian figure, Jupiter. Cult of Trophonius, a Hellenistic cult surrounding a minor god or hero. A number of people went to his temples to receive an oracle. Dionysian Mysteries. This was a small cult with unknown origins. It is believed to have predated Greece and possibly originated from Crete or North Africa. Its rituals were based on a theme of seasonal life and rebirth. Orphism. Another of the more famous mystery cults, this cult followed the story of Orpheus, a mythical poet who descended to the underworld and back. The Orphic Mysteries worship centered around the god Dionysus and his dual role as a god of death and rebirth, supposedly as revealed by Orpheus. Cult of Sabazios. This cult worshipped a nomadic horseman god called Sabazios. He was a Thracian Phrygian god, but the Greeks and Romans syncretized him with Zeus, Jupiter, and Dionysus. Cult of Serapis, a cult following the Greco-Egyptian god Serapis. He and his cult gained a decent amount of popularity in Rome, causing him to replace Osiris as the consort of Isis outside of Egypt. He was worshipped in processions and sanctuaries. Despite their diverse origins and practices, these cults shared certain features. Secrecy. The rituals and teachings were closely guarded, revealed only to initiates. Initiation rites. Becoming a member involved elaborate initiation ceremonies, often symbolizing death and rebirth. promise of salvation. These cults offered a personal spiritual experience and the promise of an afterlife, which was a stark contrast to the state religion. Community. They provided a sense of belonging and community, often cutting across social and economic lines. The mystery cults played a significant role in the religious life of many Romans, providing spiritual fulfillment not found in traditional worship. However, with the rise of Christianity as the state religion, these cults gradually declined. The Christian authorities, viewing them as pagan and heretical, systematically suppressed them. The mystery cults of ancient Rome remain a fascinating aspect of Roman history. They reflect the diversity and complexity of religious life in the ancient world and highlight a more personal, mystical approach to spirituality that contrasted sharply with the public and civic nature of traditional Roman religion. Their secretive practices, promises of salvation, and personal devotion continue to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts alike.